When you hear the word senior living, what comes to mind? Well, for many people, it's skilled nursing, but there are so many more tiers of care on that continuum, and we're here at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center, a partner of Reedsburg Area Medical Center, to find out more. And I have a fantastic team of experts to share their knowledge with us, including Ryan Shear, Vice President of Senior Services, Jessica Good, Social Worker, Heather Frank, Clinical Director of Senior Services, and Mandy Retzloff, Director of Adult Day Services. From Reedsburg Area Medical Center, this is Best of Wisconsin Health. Welcome back to Best of Wisconsin Health. As modern medicine continues to afford people longer lives, obviously that means people are living longer and often may need a little bit more care towards the end of their life, or maybe thinking about that. And we're here at the Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center here in Reedsburg to talk more about that. And I have a great panel of experts to share some of their knowledge. This is from left to right: Ryan Shear, Vice President of Senior Services; Jessica Good, Social Worker; Heather Frank, Clinical Director of Senior Services; and Mandy Retzloff, Director of Adult Day Services. Welcome to the program. So good to be here. This is a beautiful space. As soon as I walked in, I was just amazed at how this space just was warm and welcoming and inviting. You've got some really good things going on here. Let's talk a little bit about levels of care and services that are offered here, because we all know, and some of us may not know, there is a kind of a continuum of care, and not all places offer everything. So Ryan, what sorts of levels of care do they offer here?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Justin. It's an honor to be on the program. So on behalf of myself and my colleagues, we're happy to be here today and welcome, like you said. So yeah, at the Senior Life Center here, we do have multiple different levels of care and services. The first one I'd like to highlight this morning is our new one that starts today. So with our Adult Day Services, so our Reminisce Adult Day Services with our Director, Mandy, that is opening today for the first time. So Adult Day Services are a place where someone who does not live at our facility, they can come here and have some active programming to keep them engaged throughout the day, and then also give their loved ones some time and a break from their caregiving duties. So it's one of the settings that we have here. The second one I'd like to talk about is our Residential Care Apartment Complex, or our RCAC. That is one level of assisted living that we offer here at the Senior Life Center. We do have 23 assisted living apartments in that area, and so that is a level of assisted living that has a very minimal level of assistance. However, we do have a 24-hour staff member that is over there, but for the most part, those people are fairly independent. So the next piece that we're excited to talk about is we are moving towards opening a new community-based residential facility. Now that is another level of assisted living. There are several that are recognized in Wisconsin, but the CBRF, for us to think about, is just another level above that RCAC level of care. So those people just need a little bit more support and services than some of our RCAC tenants. And then finally, we do offer our long-term rehab, or our long-term care or short-term rehab side, which is our skilled nursing facility. So we do have, like you mentioned, that kind of full continuum of care from those people that need very minimal assistance, that are living in our apartment style living, all the way to the full care folks that are living in our nursing home. So like you mentioned, full continuum of care, and that's really what we've tried to design here, is a place where we can take care of multiple different levels of people.
So much to offer here at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center. And I know that in Madison, I was doing just a little bit of research before coming up here today, and there is no shortage of places that offer this kind of care, you know, especially when you get to a larger metropolitan area, but also in places like Reedsburg and some of the surrounding areas. What would set this Senior Life Center apart from other facilities?
Similar to what Ryan had said, and you had mentioned as well, with the continuum of care that we offer, it really just allows our individual to come into our facility to stay in a familiar environment and kind of, stay with us through the full aging process. We also, of course, are certainly very grateful for our facility. We're fortunate to have multiple offerings here. So we have our cafe, we have a chapel, a library, And we also have a beauty shop and on-site therapy services. So a lot of offerings that we can have all in one place under one roof. So people don't have to go out into the community. They don't have to go outside of our building to get those. This is their home, and this is where they can get all of their needs met. So.
That's incredible, and with so many of us, especially in Wisconsin, where things are so spread out, where we just take for granted that you have to get in the car and drive somewhere if you need something. But it's really nice to, especially if maybe driving could be an issue for you, that everything that you need is under one roof. It's literally a one-stop shop.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, I think a lot of times we kind of envision when we put our loved ones in a facility like this, or sometimes our loved ones might say, I think it's time that we downsize or move into a place like this, that they may kind of start to live in a bubble. But how do you guys keep the residents involved in the community and engaged in the community here at Reedsburg?
We do a lot of community outreach in the way that our residents and tenants spend a lot of time out in the community through bus trips that we do. We also have the opportunities for guest speakers to come in, such as the mayor sometimes comes and gives updates about the community. We have different kinds of musical entertainers that are from the community that come in. So then they're still in touch with those offerings that are still in the community, as well as like pet visitors and stuff like that also come. So yeah.
Fantastic. And lots of new and exciting things here. We talked a little bit about adult day
services.
Adult day services, not daycare, day services.
Yep.
What else is new and exciting here at the Senior Life Center?
So yes, in addition to Reminisce Adult Day Services, which Mandy will talk about later, we are opening that 22-bed CBRF, which stands for the Community-Based Residential Facility. A CBRF is a type of assisted living that requires more treatment services and care above just room and board. So we do provide the dressing, the bathing, the grooming, everything's included. And then also they can have an additional up to 3 hours per week of nursing care. So we are going to be staffing our CBRF with 24-hour certified nursing assistants and registered nurse oversight. So that's a big plus here. So
That's fantastic. Is this a relatively quick development? I mean, are you finding the demand is going up rather quickly for these types of services?
yes, we are definitely in need of a CBRF. That kind of completes our full continuum here also. So we definitely need this for our seniors.
How does somebody get in touch they want to get a tour of the facility? How would they get in touch?
What you can do is, typically I'm the first contact as a social worker, kind of working with a family. And during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, you can call me directly at 608-768-5808. Otherwise, if someone were to call on like a weekend or after hours, they can just call the direct line and ask for the assistance there, and that's 608-524-6577.
We got to take a short break, but when we come back, our friend Mandy is going to be in the hot seat. She's going to be talking specifically about the adult day services that are opening today. Is that correct?
That's correct, yep.
Exciting stuff. We'll be right back with more Best of Wisconsin Health after the break. We are learning about the continuum of care here at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center, which I neglected to mention in the first segment is part of its partners with Reedsburg Area Medical Center. And here to talk a little bit about an exciting new service offered here that as of today,
yep.
Which I've been completely unfamiliar with, is Mandy Retzlaff, who is I want to make sure this Adult Day Services Coordinator?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go with that one. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for sharing the seat with me here today.
Yeah.
Let's talk about adult day services. How do we define that?
Adult Day Services is a daytime service. Typically, our service is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and it serves older adults. And mainly what it is opportunity for clients to be able to come to day services while their loved ones or caregivers have a much needed respite. So maybe their loved ones can then have the opportunity to go to run errands, maybe they're still working, members of the community, anything like that. And so their loved ones can come to our services and they can go ahead and be engaged in activities and things like that and have that care, that compassionate care, and also give the caregivers some peace of mind that they're being well cared for.
Absolutely. And you mentioned some of the benefits is respite for the caregivers.
Yes.
So these are folks who are maybe not quite independent enough to live on their own, but maybe are with a family caregiver living
Exactly.
at home somewhere, and that something like that.
Yep.
So what are some of the other benefits of adult day services?
There's benefits to the clients as well as the caregivers. Some benefits for the clients involve increased socialization, opportunities to be out in the community and engage with other, peers and things like that in the community as well as at the club itself. Other benefits are range of motion exercises that we do every day. They get nutritious meals, snacks, those kinds of things. And for the caregiver, I think the benefit is really big too, in the sense that they get to have that opportunity for a break. A lot of caregivers don't get many breaks throughout the day, and so this is an opportunity for them to do things that they aren't able to do in their caregiving.
Okay, so a family caregiver decides that they need some respite, and so did they give you a call then and let you know, or do they have to set up an appointment? How does that work?
Well, I like when they can just stop in anytime,
Okay.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. I do appreciate a call because
Sure.
since I like to be completely engaged with my clients when they're there, so it's nice when they can set up a time that maybe my clients aren't there, so then I can give them my full attention for a tour and things like that. So
Good to know.
Yeah.
And so if somebody, they call ahead and they want to drop their loved one off here for adult day services, what all is included with adult day services here
Okay.
for Reminisce?
Adult day services includes their lunch meals included, and
wow.
that is overseen by a dietitian, which makes our menu and stuff. And as far as personal hygiene, grooming services are included. A variety of social and recreational activities are included. Lots of different things related to that. Exercise groups, medication reminders, blood pressure checks, all those kinds of things.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All inclusive. Who are good candidates for using adult day services?
Sure. Mostly older adults over the age of 60 that have some kind of memory impairment or physical challenge that might be related to strokes, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, or related dementia. That's a lot of what I would say the clientele that I have are. However, I also noticed that there's a big need for older adults who just want some more socialization opportunities, and maybe they're just looking for an opportunity that they can be in a club or group setting without feeling judged or anything if they forget a few things here and there.
So it sounds like you could, if I'm somebody who's 60 or over, I could bring myself if I wanted to.
Yep, we do have a client that actually brings herself, and so she just said she really wants to, do more and keep her brain active and stuff, which is important too. So.
You said 60 and over. What would you say is the median age for folks who take part in some of these services?
It varies, but right now I'd say my median age is about probably 80 years old. And so,
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes, yeah. But I have had clients, as young as 62 years old too. So.
Wow, very interesting. Why do people pick Reminisce Adult Day Services here at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center over some of other comparable options?
Okay. I would say, first of all, there aren't many comparable apples-to-apples options around the area. We are the only adult day service in Sauk County, and so that's one thing. But other comparable options might be in-home services, and Reedsburg or Reminisce Adult Day Services, I would say, would be a good choice over something like that if they're looking for more socialization. A lot of older adults who utilize other services might get the care they need, but they might not get that socialization, and without that they can be feeling socially isolated or increased depression and things like that. So a lot of families that I have want their loved ones to come by me so they can get out of the house. They're not sitting and watching television all day. And so that's the nice thing about our option, as well as cost. It's much less expensive to come to Reminisce Adult Day Services than other in-house or in-home care agencies. So.
And that social component is just so
It's huge.
important. Oftentimes when people feel like staying at home and not socializing, that's the time that it's most important for you to
Exactly, that's when you
socialize.
need it most. That's right.
It sounds like you have a client base that you've built up already, yet this is just launching today, as I understand. So how does that work? What's the relationship
Well,
there?
the relationship there is I actually opened my own business in the community about a year and a half ago,
Okay.
Reminisce Adult Day Services, and now we are moving it to this location. And
Okay.
so this is the first day that Reminisce is open at this location. So my clients have followed me to this location. And so they are very excited to start here. They've had tours throughout the week, last week, and they're really excited about the location change. So.
And how long have you been doing it, did you say?
I've been doing it for about 18 months. So.
Okay,
But
wow.
I've been working with seniors for 14 years. So.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, things are moving fast for you in 18
They are,
months.
they are.
To go from having your own space to having a place here in Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. I know that you have to scoot here, so I appreciate you coming on the program. One more time before we go here, you want to just mention to viewers how exactly they can get in touch with you if
Yeah.
they want to, bring a loved one
You
to
bet.
visit.
You bet. You can go ahead and call at 608-768-5815. That's my direct line. And we'd love to hear from you, and you can set up a tour or a trial visit.
Great, Mandy
Yeah.
Retzlaff, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We got to take a short break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Best of Wisconsin Health. We're here at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center, which is partnered with Reedsburg Area Medical Center. And right now we're talking about another level of care, Ridgeview Place Assisted Living at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center. Quite a mouthful, glad I got it all out. Let's talk a little bit about a residential care apartment complex, because that's what we're talking about when we talk about Ridgeview, is that correct?
Correct, yep.
So what exactly is it?
Yeah, so our registered care apartment complex is one level of assisted living recognized in the state of Wisconsin. It is one that we offer here. So our Ridgeview Place is our RCAC. Like I said, it's a level of assisted living. We do have a staff member there, staffed 24/7 to care for our tenants that are over on that side. However, most of those people over there are fairly independent. So they do receive things like their meals and some nursing assistance, but for the most part, they're very independent people. So they have access to vehicles. If they drive a car here, they can absolutely go out in the community at any time. Basically, it's an apartment style living for seniors. That's what we have.
That's so fantastic to have that option of having that care if you need it, just knowing that it's there. I mean, I think peace of mind,
Right.
is priceless. I mean, you can't put a price on peace of mind, and that's kind of what gives what that gives some of the residents, I would imagine.
It is.
What services are included with people's monthly rent if they are living here?
Yes, so we do assess each tenant individually and develop a service agreement with them based on what comes out of them that they may need. So we do provide all utilities, all meals and snacks, and all housekeeping services also. They also can receive up to 28 hours per week of additional services, whether that's housekeeping services in addition to what we provide, medical services, and recreational activities. And then personal assistance such as grooming, bathing, dressing, or any activities of daily living. And then also nursing services. So we can assist with medication administration and medication management and overall just health monitoring. And then also 24-hour emergency assistance if they do need it. So
Just knowing that you have that support there, but you still have that independence that you get to maintain. And it makes me think of my own grandmother, who was fiercely independent, still is. And she's in this assisted living facility now, but it moved very quickly from her living on her own to moving into a memory care unit. And I'm kind of wondering how it might have been different for her had she, chosen to live in a place where she had more support and she could have maintained that independence maybe just a little bit longer. Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the other benefits of moving into a senior community like the Ridgeview Place or the Senior Life Center?
Some of those benefits, I guess there's quite a few, but just to name a few, there's a lot of socialization. Many people are, as we get older, we're stuck at home, we're really not getting out, talking with our family maybe once in a while, but we don't feel as safe to go out, maybe to drive or to walk on our own somewhere. So we can have everything that they need here. They can socialize with the staff, socialize with each other, meeting new friends as they come in. Many of them, being from the community, have been able to kind of catch up with some old friends. They also have their group activities that they do, different outings, of course, that they're involved in. And as I had mentioned before, the activities that are coming in, and the availability of them to be able to go out and do things on their own when they want to. again, kind of just goes along with what both Ryan and Heather had said. We really have a lot to offer in those different areas. And I think another thing that I hear often from our seniors is that they're so happy to be able to have their meals provided for them. You know, maybe they weren't eating the way that they were supposed to. Say you have a health condition where you have to have a special diet. We can meet those needs here, and again, all their meals are provided, so you know that they're getting, or at least offered, 3 full, well-rounded meals a day. So
that the nutrition aspect is so important, and I think it's hard when, first of all, when you become an empty nester, but then if you become a widow or a widower,
absolutely,
you're not used to cooking for one person,
right.
And so you have to kind of adjust to cooking for just one person, and then oftentimes it's like, well, why go through the struggle of cooking a meal for myself when it's just me eating it? I'll just eat a sandwich or something like that.
Yep,
being able to have that, because they're, obviously you're serving multiple residents, and just having that option there to be able to do that is, I think, really crucial for thriving in those years. Let's talk a little bit about some of the services that are offered through Reedsburg Area Medical Center. Now, do Ridgeview Place tenants have access to some of those services that are offered through Reedsburg Area Medical Center?
Yes, they do, and that's actually one of the big benefits of our campus here. Is here on our campus we have the Senior Life Center and all the services we've been talking about here today. We also have independent senior living units here on our campus, and we also have our hospital, our primary care clinic, and our specialty care clinic. So for Ridgeview Place tenants here at the Senior Life Center, we actually offer them free transportation to any of the services that we offer on our campus. So again, whether that's going to see their primary care doctor, whether that's going to see a specialist at our specialty clinic, or if they do need to stay in the hospital, we're all right here on the same campus, and it's a really well-rounded approach to being able to take care of people in their golden years.
I mean, it really is just down the road from the hospital. I mean, we normally go to the hospital to record this show, but we actually went right past it to come here, so it's really, really close, which is fantastic. I'm just curious to know, what do tenants say is their favorite part of living at Ridgeview Place?
I really think it's kind of a difficult question. Excuse me, as many of them I think would have different answers. But really I think it's that ability to socialize and engage with other folks. Kind of keeps their mind going, carrying on conversations with each other, really having the friendships that they can gain, and being involved, just feeling like they're still of value, and that they're still contributing to somewhat of the community, and being involved in different events that they can kind of showcase their own personalities, and
still being independent. They still can maintain their independence.
Absolutely. And you keep coming back to the social aspect, which I think is so crucial. I read a study recently that folks with dementia and Alzheimer's, the folks that are regularly engaged in conversation with others tend to see the slowest decline. I mean, it's something that you can't prevent once you have it, but if they show the slowest decline, because they're kind of forced to create new ideas and put new sentences together, which keeps their mind a lot more active. So that social component is huge.
And they've got a pretty regular routine, so that helps from day to day to kind of keep them going.
Absolutely. We got to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be here again at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center. Don't go away. That's our show here today at Reedsburg Area Senior Life Center. If you or someone you know could benefit from any of the services mentioned in today's program, I would encourage you to give a call to the number on your screen. From all of us here at TVW, we invite you to live longer, live better. We'll see you next time.